All right, we're back. We're back. If you're watching this part, you're probably watching the replay and going, what is going on with Anna this morning? Well, Facebook on my computer was being a little weird, so it would not let me invite our special guest speaker on via my computer. So what I'm doing right now is I'm restarting this live on my phone. Hello, Amanda. And we're going to see if Facebook will work this morning. In the meantime, I know that Jennifer, you were on earlier. I'm just looking in the group to make sure that this is broadcasting out. And you said you're doing good today. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, you're back. Amanda, how are you doing today? How's your life going? How's things in your world? All right, good. We are live and we're broadcasting in. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can do that. All right, Brittany. Let's see. Let's see if this works. All right, I have a button that says I can invite you, but there's, here we go. All right, Brittany, I sent you the invite. Anyway, last time I was on a live with somebody else in their group, and we had to go on our phones. We ended up being like Brady Bunch together, where we're like up and down. It was a little weird. Oh, Amanda, you've got kids to the grandparents and date night. That's awesome. I haven't had a date night in quite a while. Hello, Leslie. Welcome to the group, girl. I just added you this morning. Thanks for jumping on. All right, we are waiting for the invite to go through to Brittany so she can jump on. Once she jumps on, we'll get to chatting. But I'm super excited to talk with her today. And of course, when she gets on, we'll dive into the actual topic. But the main theme today that we're going to be talking about is what's like this one food group that we can really use to rock out our hormonal systems, like to really give them some benefit and support. And she is kind of an expert in food and nutrition. I mean, she has a whole group called Whole and Healthy Kitchens. She has a business where she works with this. So she's definitely somebody that I am looking forward to talking to as soon as the invite goes through. All right, let me see if it's working on her end. All right, hi Kelly, good morning. Good morning. All right, so Brittany, it says you're back. She went on her phone too. Awesome. Okay, let me see if I can. Got you invited. If you see that invite or you want to ask to be invited on, go for it. So Amanda, are you all going out tonight? Are you staying in? What do you got planned? Because I know you have this amazing backyard, like tent thing that you have a fire pit in, which looks amazing. If I were going on date night, I'd just stay there. Send the kids away and I'd just stay there, right? have something. Have something. All right. I see something happening. There we go. All right, we're adding her. We're adding her.
And there she is.
Did we do it?
We did it. We're really
Holy moly.
I know, we're really Brady Bunch. So I'm gonna look down and say hi. Hello.
I know. I don't know what that's all about.
I don't either. But you know what? We're good here. So
Okay.
it looks like, let me see. I've got it up on my computer too. Hopefully nobody's just staring at my chest.
I see your face perfectly framed.
Okay, you see my face perfectly framed. Okay. So if my face goes weird, you got to tell me, because I don't want people all staring at the girls the whole time. Like that what this is about. Okay, so I'm so glad that you are here, that we got technology to work for us. You have a really cool technology thing that you use to go live together. It worked great when I popped into your group, but we're over here rocking it old style today and hoping that that Facebook ends up cooperating. So, all right. So we have today on with us, we've got Jennifer, we've got Kelly, and I saw Leslie pop on. Amanda is on here too. So we got a good group of our ladies here to dive into all the things today. So
Beautiful.
I first would love to give you a chance to introduce yourself. Tell us about yourself and a little bit about what you do. And if I'm not looking at you right now because I'm pulling up the questions on my computer, because before I had them on my phone, so now I have to switch it up.
I printed it out last second.
Oh, you are awesome. You're awesome. Okay, so give us an introduction and a rundown of who you are and what you do, and then we'll move on to the next question from there and dig into this one food group that is awesome for hormones.
Perfect. Well, I'm excited to talk about this today. Thank you for having me. And hello, everybody. Just to give you a little short synopsis, my name is Brittany. I'm a mom. My daughter turns 5 tomorrow, actually. So I'm excited.
Good. That's awesome.
I know. I'm excited. And I'm founder of Whole and Healthy Kitchen. This company actually was birthed out of my own experience and my own relationship to food. I used to be really overweight. I hated cooking. I was a binge eater, and a good maybe 11 years ago now, it got to the point where I realized I had to make a change in my life. Like I just couldn't go forward feeling this way anymore. And I was at the point where I needed to change the direction of my life. I went to university for 5 years. I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do? So I'm like open to my life's calling. And this was a point where I was like, I need help from something greater than myself. And it was like the first time ever. And I was like, okay, God, whatever you are, if you are something at all, like, please answer me. I need help. And I realized that day that my entire life was based on fear. And the number one thing that I was afraid of the most was failing at being healthy. And as soon as I saw how deeply embedded my fears were, I basically, it was like my wake up call. And I was like, I can't live my life based on fear anymore. I have to live my life based on love. And fortunately for me, the path I went down first was everything having to do with mental health, because I realized it was in how I saw myself. So I did everything from NLP to hypnosis to life coaching. And then I found myself starting to get passionate about cooking. And I started cooking for my partner, and we started traveling. I'm cooking all over the world for these families. I'm like, oh my God, I actually like love being in the kitchen. And then I dove into holistic nutrition. And as soon as I dove into holistic nutrition, it was like the sky opened. I was like, wow, like this is something that this world needs to know about. If I knew about this when I was younger, I wouldn't be struggling the way that I am. So I ended up taking everything that I love, and in becoming a mom, I just realized the importance of nourishing the young bodies of our babies and ourselves. And so that's where Whole and Healthy Kitchen was born. I kind of took everything that I've learned, packaged it up. And so yeah, now I focus on everything mindset and whole foods, and I help moms and women to live their healthiest, happiest lives possible.
As I've been listening here and looking at the questions, I'm feeling really distracted this morning, like pulled in 12 directions. What like made me go right in on what you were saying is you realize that you were living based out of fear, and you need to switch it to love. That is, I think that's probably one of the most powerful things you're going to say today, because we can't act out of a place of a fear and expect a healthy return, a healthy result. It has to come from a place of love. And when we're starting a health journey, or we're starting to realize something is off in my life, the first place that we usually have to start loving is ourselves. Yeah, and
exactly.
Yeah, and I'm not a self-love coach or a body image coach. Like, that's not what I do. However, there are beautiful women in this community who do, and there are other women like yourself who teach others that's probably the first place you have to start. So
it is.
I love that. Okay, and you found out you love cooking.
Oh, I know. Who would have thunked it?
That's one.
I'm pretty good too.
Yeah, that's one of the things I've realized as part of this great pause that we're taking, is that I actually enjoy cooking too, especially if I plan ahead a little bit. So
that's exactly it. That's a whole other topic I could talk about.
That's a whole other topic. Yeah. So I'm feeling like people are just seeing my chin. So if in the comments,
you dropped a little bit. Yeah. It's like right at your eyes here.
All right. Tell me, is that better?
There. Stop there.
Okay. Yep. Good. Because right now all I can see are my eyebrows. So I can look at my eyebrows and you can look at my face. Okay, so this is good.
I see your face.
Yeah, this is good. Okay. So yeah, that's a topic for a whole nother day, because meal planning, kitchen, etc. Maybe we'll have to have you on again in the future. You can give us some tips about that.
Awesome. I would love that.
But what is this food group that's going to help women with their hormones? What is it?
Ready for it?
Drum roll.
I know, right?
Yes. All right.
Okay, it's dark leafy, green vegetables. Oh my God. And this actually ties into the mindset, because I don't know about you, but when I grew up, it was like my parents thought automatically that we just wouldn't like broccoli, we wouldn't like dark leafy greens. It just wasn't part of it. It just wasn't part of life.
I honestly have those same thoughts. Every time I make broccoli, or I make Brussels sprouts, or I make spinach, or I make something like that, I think, all right, what else am I going to have to make because my kids aren't going to eat it? Can I do hand raises down below if you have somebody you cook for and you've thought the same thing?
Yes.
And don't we just manifest that into existence?
That's what happens.
That's what happens, right? Okay, so dark leafy greens. Tell us a little bit about why you're such an advocate for getting this into our diets.
For sure. There's so many reasons, but I thought for the purpose of today, I would chunk it down to 4 specific reasons. The number one is digestive health. And the reason why that's so is because dark leafy greens are packed with fiber. And fiber is, like, to me, one of the most essential things that you need to eat in every single one of your meals. And with fiber, it's going to help to push any toxic buildup that's in your system out. It literally will just get all that poop out, and it's super important, super important. So that's like number 1. And it also, because of the fiber, helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels, which is also really important. And I know that ties in with your hormones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The second one is vitamins and minerals. And that sounds simple, of course. We all know vitamins and minerals are in dark leafy greens. But the specific one I want to focus on is like phytonutrients. Okay. And the phytonutrients is literally what gives your body energy. It strengthens your bones. It strengthens your ligaments. It strengthens your hair. Everything that is essential, especially for women, when we want to try and keep our beauty intact as we grow older, right? It's really helpful for that. And it also makes hormones, and it helps to break down food. So like phytonutrients is like powerhouse, right? And they're all found in the dark leafy greens. The third one is antioxidants, right? Now, antioxidants, most importantly, are like a disease prevention, right? So it helps to prevent many kinds of diseases, but then at the same time, it helps to prevent the body from having like oxidation and free radicals. So it helps to kind of flush the body of anything that we can collect in the air, anything that we collect in our food and our water. And it's, again, just flushes things out, right? I look at it like you have a salad, you're cleansing yourself out every single time. And then the last one, which might be my favorite, is it's like a mood enhancer, right? There was a study that was done in the UK with like 80,000 people, and they found that at around like 7 portions of like dark leafy greens a day, these people were at optimal peak of happiness. So if you ever feel like you want to get a jump start in energy, or you want to get a jump start in your mood, it's not coffee, it's dark leafy greens, right? And so those are the 4 main points that I'm like, it's everything. It's like a powerful medicine in just like a salad. And I think people forget to remember all the amazing benefits of it that really make a big difference in the short term, but also long-term goals.
So you just dropped like 4 amazing tips. We could spend probably a month on each one of them, like legit
Absolutely.
on each one 100%.
Of them. 100%.
Yep. But I want to go back to what you said about the fiber, and I want to speak specifically to how it helps like your sex hormones. And sex hormones are your estrogen and your progesterone. So when your body produces estrogen, if it's producing, I don't want to say too much, but because it's hard to get into the ratios of that. But what ends up happening is if your body has excess estrogen, whether it's coming from your fat cells, it's coming from like fake estrogens that are coming in through toxins into your body, like those disruptors that we let in, your liver has to deal with it. And what your liver does is it will metabolize, or like, just think of like if you're making a soup and you have a whole carrot, you don't want to just throw the whole carrot into the soup. It's hard for people to eat that, right? So you got to chop that carrot up really small. So what your liver does with these excess hormones and toxins, et cetera, it tries to chop it up really small. And what that's kind of an analogy of what metabolizing is. It breaks it down to smaller pieces and smaller compounds and components. And then what it does is it sends it through the gallbladder. It sends it into your intestines. And the only way that those things get out of your body is by attaching to the fiber, and that's in your poop. Okay. All of that collects and binds itself together into the poop, right? And you got to get that out. And if you don't have enough to kind of like like bind those things together and get it out, your body ends up having to do something with them. And normally what happens in women is it will enter the bloodstream again, and the bloodstream goes, well, let's just put it in a fat cell. We'll deal with it later.
Right.
Yep, that's what, like midriff, like belly fat, some of it comes from that, the visceral fat. So most women don't think, I need to lose weight around my middle. I think I'll eat more fiber.
Right.
They don't, but that's how our bodies work. And the benefits of the leafy greens, the dark leafy greens, as you said, like it's got a ton of fiber and the phytonutrients. The phytonutrients. I tell my kids that the things that make broccoli green is what gives you healthy energy. The things that make strawberries red is what gives you energy, right? So it's, if you think back to what we've always been taught about, eat the rainbow, right? Have a colorful plate. Well, why? Tell me why. It's those phytonutrients that you, like, your body can't make a lot of those. It needs to get them through food. But I want to go back to what you said about how many servings a day, because that number seemed really high.
Yes, like that is a really high number. That's like shooting high. I say 3 to 5 portions of leafy greens if you can. And I think we'll get into explaining how. Like, right. How am I going to, I just can't like chomp on broccoli all day long.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what are your go-to ways to get those 3 to 5, maybe 7 if we're having an amazing day?
3 to 5, maybe 7.
Yeah, maybe 7 into your food routine.
Perfect. The number one thing that I do is a smoothie. Like, it's just simple. You can throw in your kale, throw in your spinach, throw in your spirulina, throw in whatever it is that you have on hand. I even have like frozen broccoli that I throw in there. And that's just a simple way to get it. And I think we all know that, but it's just, you know, worth mentioning. We always have one in the morning. My daughter has it every morning, and it's just a simple way to put all of your other berries and stuff in it and make it taste delicious. So smoothies is number one, especially in the summertime. It's nice to be refreshing. The second one is salads.
Yeah.
The thing about salads is I like to think about having a bunch of different greens. Like, so it's not like just spinach with like sauce on top, like how boring, right? But I will do like spinach, arugula, like maybe some chopped up kale in there, some ripped romaine. So you have like a bunch of different textures and colors that are within it. And then it allows it to be more appetizing, because then you can add all your toppings and your nuts and your seeds and everything and salad dressings and make it delicious. And it doesn't just seem like plain old salad. Like, it's not just lettuce. Like, you have a gorgeous salad. So gorgeous salad. Number 2. The third one is either like steamed or sauteed vegetables. I find one of my favorite things to do is have like a boiled egg in the morning, and then I saute my kale with like tomatoes and garlic and olive oil, and it's like the best thing ever.
Sounds really good.
And it's so good. And that was actually one of like the first foods that I ever did for Ella, is I just steamed her broccoli. And then I would drizzle like a little bit of coconut oil or salt on it, and it's incredible. Like, obviously the healthy fats help with the taste, but like it really is delicious. And I will have it like a big bowl of it that I'll make in the morning, and it just sits on the counter all day. And so instead of like having chips as you pop by, we have our broccoli as we pop by. So steamed broccoli like that is the best, or like sauteed kale or spinach. So delicious. Don't forget the garlic on the sauteed greens.
I mean, that sounds so good. I'm like,
I know.
It's approaching lunchtime. I'm hungry.
Right. I know. And then the last one, just have one more, is soups, because then you just get to toss it in, and especially with like the spinach and stuff, like it'll decrease to almost nothing. So, but you have all of the vitamins and minerals and phytonutrients that have been extracted from that dark leafy green into the soup, into the water. So it also is a really good way to get it in.
So as I'm processing this, I'm going, how can I start doing this with my family? Because right now we do eat some dark leafy greens. We eat some, but changing the mindset of my kids don't like it, or even my spouse or my partner, whoever, other adults I'm cooking for in the house, changing my mindset of, oh, they don't like this. Maybe I change my mindset to, how can I prepare this so they will like it? How can I prepare this? And we're just going to try different things. I know that Julia, she's 6, going on 7, she loves steamed broccoli with a little bit of salt on it. So that's how I prepare it for her, but I never thought to drizzle a little coconut oil over it. We have a little avocado oil too. Maybe I can try that and see if she likes that.
It's a good one.
Olivia loves carrots, but only when she calls them soft. So carrots in soup, etc. So what I'll think I need to do for her is to think of how can I make these leafy, dark green leafy vegetables soft. She doesn't like the crunch of raw broccoli or the crunch of raw cauliflower, etc. So, but I also heard you say, okay, so 3 to 5 servings. And by the way, a serving is like a half a cup to a cup, depending if it's raw or cooked or this. So like if you sit down and have a salad with 3 different kinds of dark leafy greens, that's kind of maybe 2 to 3 servings in one.
Yep.
So like if you put 1 serving in a breakfast smoothie and you put 2 servings in a salad at like a snack salad, let's maybe just try for a week having the salad every day for your snack. That's an idea, right? And then maybe the 4th serving can come from your vegetable that you have with your dinner, right?
Exactly.
And and I actually have sitting in my cupboard a container of greens that's powdered form that gives you 2 servings of greens every day that I usually try to put a scoop of that into one of my smoothies that I make every day. Because if we're going to be real here, most women or men, whoever it is, most humans don't have a fridge full of dark leafy greens they can just pull out. And even if they do, they're like, I don't know how to use these. I don't know how to combine them. They just go bad and I throw them away. So I know this wasn't one of the questions. Do you have any suggestions for how to buy these leafy greens and have them not go bad in your fridge? How do we do this?
I have a couple, so many things, but one of them is back to meal planning, because if I think about the week ahead of time and I know that I want to have 5 salads for snacks, I will buy the lettuce accordingly to last me at least those 3 to 4 days. So then I already have a purpose outlaid for those. So I'm not just having them sit in the fridge and be like, oh, I don't really feel like that today. You've already decided you're going to have them, so here they are. So that's number one. The second one is I find what I do a lot of the time is I will chop up like my kale or like my spinach even, and I will put it on a parchment paper on a big tray and I stick it in my freezer.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
And then you could take it out, put it into soups.
I was going to say, when you do that, when you put the greens in the freezer and you take them out, is that kind of like, do you need to put them in soups or smoothies? Like they wouldn't be really good raw anymore because they
wouldn't be really good raw anymore, but you could like roast them. Like let's say if you had your Brussels sprouts or you had your broccoli, you can always just let them dethaw a little bit, add your olive oil or salt, and then roast them. That would work. Or I do that a lot of the time, like making like a broccoli soup, like a broccoli cheddar soup or whatever, that sort of thing. And then my third one is always to make sure that you have salad dressings or sauces on hand. I'm personally not like a bottled sauce person.
Well,
like I tried like every single, like
this gets us into our next question, right?
I
saw in your group, you actually posted a beautiful picture of these 3 dressings you make, and I'm like, will you share those recipes with my ladies, because we need these, because I pretty much will eat any kind of salad. I actually really like salad, and with anything on it except raw tomatoes, I just can't. There's just one thing I can't. I'll eat them cooked but not raw. But anyway, I'll pretty much eat anything on there, but the thing I love about salads most is the dressing. You can sell me on any salad if the dressing is good.
That's exactly it. And the reason why I love making them is because A, you know what's in them. B, you don't have all those preservatives and additives and gross stuff. And it really calls to me, right? Because like I made it delicious and I just make sure I taste it until it's like perfect. And sometimes what I do, if like you're leaning into getting used to eating more leafy greens, is add a little bit of maple syrup into your salad dressing, honey. You know, like add the delicious factor of a little bit of sweet, so it's not so tart, not so, you know. And then also, and just a tip about like if you're making like a kale salad, for instance, which is my daughter's favorite, by the way, is that when I wash my kale, I make sure it's spun so it's super, super dry. And then when I add my salad dressing on it, I massage the dark greens because then the olive oil literally breaks down the fiber in the kale and it absorbs the salad dressing flavor. And so you literally can let it sit for 20, 30 minutes. It continues to break down and then you can eat it at dinner whenever you're ready. But that's like another delicious factor tip.
Now I think I have, well, okay. So I'm thinking about what we're gonna have for dinner, and I do have some broccoli and I have some Brussels sprouts. So I'm thinking that I might end up making like a sheet pan dinner tonight and do the oil and the salt with the veggies. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for helping me
Yes,
with dinner.
that's my favorite way for Brussels sprouts, roasted
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts. Oh,
Yep.
maybe sprinkle even like a little bit of lemon juice on top. If your
Oh,
kids don't like it, you try it. It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Do I sprinkle it on, like squeeze it on before I cook it
At
or
the
after?
end.
At the end.
At
Okay.
the end.
All right. I don't know if I have actual lemons. I have lemon juice. I have lemon essential oil. I might have to experiment a little bit.
Experiment with that.
Yeah,
Yes.
maybe I'll mix a little like avocado oil with a drop of lemon juice or lemon essential oil and whip it together and then do a little drizzle.
There you go. Oh my gosh, if you do that, you have to let me know how that goes.
Okay, yeah, and I like to put a little salt on. I like salt on my vegetables.
Yeah,
That's how I
so
like
do
them.
I.
But yeah. So I'm gonna
Me
put
too.
that on there too. So, all right, let's see. I'm just checking the comments here, but let's wrap this up. And I want to ask you to tell everybody how they can get in touch with you, how they can get into your space for learning more about all this stuff. Tell us all the things.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, my company is Whole and Healthy Kitchen. So you can find my website, wholeandhealthyKitchen.com. I even give you the free salad dressings and videos and all this stuff as gifts if you just sign up for my email list. Also, I'm a Whole and Healthy Kitchen on Instagram, Whole and Healthy Kitchen on Facebook. You can also find Brittany Shawley on Instagram and Facebook. I'm kind of everywhere. So those are the main ones. And email me, reach out to me, talk to me. I would love to have a conversation.
All right, cool. Well, I will drop a link to your group down below.
Perfect.
When we end this. And is there anything you do as far as like one-on-one coaching or one-on-one support and help? Because this is actually, it sounds simple to try to like change your diet, but it is a really complex, multi-layered and stepped process. And as we said at the beginning, it all starts with like loving yourself. So how do you help people one-on-one?
Wonderful. Yes, I've been doing one-on-one coaching for the last 10 years. It's something I'm really passionate about because I find each person is particular, they're individual. And so everything I do is customized to their needs. And I make sure that we go through every aspect of your mindset, of reworking your relationship to food, and also your kitchen workflow, because that makes a big difference in how you actually show up in your kitchen to cook. So yes, I have all the information about my coaching, about some courses and products I have all on my website. And I'd be happy to answer any questions too.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Thanks you. Okay,
Yay.
So if you're watching on the replay and you have a question, feel free to drop it down below. I'll be monitoring the comment section. And be sure to pop over to Whole and Healthy Kitchen, get to know Brittany a little bit better. Brittany, thank you so much for doing this with us today. We so appreciate it. And I can't wait to collaborate with you some more on all the things.
Yes, I agree. Me too. Anna, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
love this. Really
all
good
right.
talk. Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone.
Bye.